Could you see the second page? The theme 1, create your life plan. So first, I like to look back your life, the past, in the past, after you were born this time. So and then I like to make a life plan. So in here I wrote tips, lifetime crisis. So Master says in the chapter 1, chapter 1 is never give up mind. Master says generally, of course there are a lot of exceptions in any way for people, but generally Master says I can say once every 10 years people have to face the lifetime crisis. So typically before the year 20, age 20, they experiences the pain or suffering or crisis because of their family. So for example, parents divorce, or the financial problems, or the sick or ills, or even passing away. Either parents passing away, there may be tragic cases, maybe both parents are passing away, and maybe have accidents, car accidents, and other accidents, and experience troubles because of parents. So in general, in some way, because of their family, because of their parents or our parents, we face the pains and suffering crisis. So I like you to remember what happened in this very first 20 years. That means you can know more yourself, I believe, by remembering that. Because we have made a life plan before we are born. And we chose parents. So can you believe that? If you have a very good relationship with, I like to think about why you chose your parents, and also to think about the early 20 years, your background must be so unique, which is different from any other people. So unique. So please think about how unique it was, and then discover how unique I am. You are so unique, so different from any other people. You are only one person who has your character and your background. So your background is, all the people's background are different, and maybe even countries you were born was different, and your mother tongue may be different. Everything is different because you chose your parents. Why you chose your parents? Why you chose that country? Why you chose that region? Your parents' region or society region, and why you chose that culture. Those kind of things. Think about. So some of you are very pure Aussie people, or maybe England, Western countries background people, or maybe some of you are different. I am from Japan, and maybe even in Japanese, maybe some of you are coming from Japan, but some of you are born as Australian, as a Japanese background. So everybody must be different. So why you chose that background? Why you chose your parents? Think about that. That's a spiritual point of view. So as I said, you plan your life plan, and you chose your parents, countries, races, regions, and cultures to nurture yourself. This is the point. To nurture yourself, to grow yourself, you pick that environment as your best incubation. So so you are now in the incubator, and then you test yourself every day. What's the test? The test is if you can stand on the giving side, giving love that gives. If you can stand the side of giving or taking. Taking means a typical way is expect something in return. Everything expect return, and sometimes more than give, I expect return. That's a natural tendency, but that's not any God or Savior taught. Any Savior or any enlightened people taught the giving love is essential, and taking love is evil. But naturally we rather take love from people. Always expect something. That's not the way, but we naturally get into that way, right? And then to remember our true self, which is giving person, giving being, there were your circumstances, environment, incubator. And to see yourself, there is an incubator, and also there are soulmates, such as your parents, maybe your brothers, and your friends or your teachers. The first 20 years, you also see the very important people, most important people, maybe your parents, or also you sometimes see the very good teacher, or maybe your uncles or the aunts are very, very good teacher. So those people are soulmates. So as Master said right here, not only human, man and woman relationship, also those kind of important, destined to meet people are also your soulmates. So first 20 years, please discover more why you chose your parents and environments as your incubator. So please discover that, try to discover that. And then most of you, I think more than year 20. So for the past, I think you can look back the year 20 to 30. And here, Master says, you experience setbacks and the difficulties in the job or the man and woman relationship. So, so up to year 30. So after year 20. So generally, people graduate schools, right? And get into the job and business world, or not only business world, but become adult and live as an adult people. So in those 10 years, generally people experience the hardship and difficulties with other people, generally. That's not only family members, not only parents, but also the people in the society. So typical thing is start working in the company, and many times your boss is so mean, and experience a very difficult time. That's a one of typical things, right? And also, of course, man-woman relationship. This is age generally we get married, and of course we find the girlfriend, boyfriends, and that very sweet time, and at the same time it's a very difficult time. And to decide to get married, it's also very tough things. I really love her, but at the same time it's very difficult to decide. That things happens. So and also they are your soulmates. So very much soulmates, destined to meet at least one time in your lifetime. So through those good and difficult relationships, I like you to discover what the God or the Lord tried to teach you through those difficult or good relationships. So as a general crisis that happens year 20 through 30. And after year 40, year 50, maybe I want to talk later. So there is some blank here. I like you to honestly. I never check your writing, so please honestly write down what you remember, discover about close to 20 years and after 10 or 20 years, and then write down. And when you start write down, other thoughts coming after, and one after another, new thoughts and new thinkings coming up. So please, if that happens, just honestly keep writing down. And when you write down, maybe you do not recognize the true meaning, but after 1 week, 10 days, 2 weeks, you look at what you wrote today. Later on, maybe you can find more deeper meaning from there. So now we like to practice the first step of that theme 1. First, we try to the countdown or state of mind and put into that practice. And before to move on to this practice, let me recite a prayer to guardian spirits, to ask them, him, her, to inspire you more deeply. And that's the process of this first theme. It's okay. And if you like to have a blank sheet, is there any white blank paper? Yeah. Okay. So is that clear, or is there any question?